Hello, 7th graders, and welcome back to our grammar videos. And this video is about if conditional. Well, today I'm going to teach you this interesting rule. I love it. If conditional consists of three parts: the word if, then the if clause, and the main clause. Remember that there is a comma here. Well, what is a clause? A clause is like a sentence. It gives a complete meaning and it includes a verb. It should include a subject and a verb. Like when you say, I go to school, this is a clause. He plays football, this is a clause. But if I say going to school, playing football, for example, the hot weather, these are all phrases, but we are speaking today about clauses, okay, which are like sentences. So the if conditional consists of three parts: the word if, then the if clause, and the main clause, okay. How many types of if do we have? We have four types of if. The first type is called the zero conditional. Zero conditional. It consists of if and the if clause and the main clause. The if clause, as you can see, is in the present simple tense, and the main clause is also in the present simple tense. Then the second rule, which is the first conditional. The second rule is the first conditional, in which if is followed by the if clause present simple, and then the main clause future simple, will plus infinitive, okay? Then comes the third type, which is the second conditional. Second conditional is the third rule or the third type. If is followed by past simple, and then the main clause includes would plus infinitive. And finally, the fourth type and the fourth if rule, the fourth type, which is the third conditional, in which if is followed by the past perfect, and of course the past perfect is consists of had plus past participle, like had gone, had eaten. This is the past perfect. And then the main clause includes would plus have plus past participle, okay? So we have four types of if. The first type is the zero conditional. The second type is the first conditional, third conditional, and second conditional and third conditional. To tell you the truth, you have to memorize them. You have to know them like the back of your hand. If present simple, the second rule or first conditional, if present simple, future simple. The third rule, which is the second conditional, if past simple, would plus infinitive. And finally, the third conditional, if past perfect, would plus have plus past participle, okay? And I have a song for you. I hope you will like it. And this song helps you very well to memorize these four rules, okay? If present simple, present simple, future simple, past simple, would infinitive, past perfect, would plus have, plus past participle, plus past participle, pull. Again, if, present simple, present simple, future simple, past simple, would infinitive, past perfect, would plus have, plus past participle, plus past participle, يا حلاوة يا حلاوة. Yeah. Now let's see one by one. The zero conditional, if present simple, present simple. If we have if here in the middle, we don't use that comma, so the sentence will be without a comma, and if is followed by the if clause, which is in the present simple, and then the main clause, the present simple too. Okay? When should we use this zero conditional? We use it for facts and for general situations. Like what? Let's see the examples. If you heat water, it evaporates. This is a fact, of course. And the second example, this is used for facts. And the second example, if you don't water plants, they die. This is also a fact, and we can call it a general situation, or this is one of the general situations. We speak generally. If you don't water plants in the world, they die. If present simple, don't water, and again present simple, die. Let's see the second rule, which is the first condition. If present simple, will plus infinitive, which is future simple. Okay, we use this rule, the first conditional, for future when we talk about the future, and when we speak about specific situations, not general situations. Like if you, when I say if you don't water plants, they die. This is a general situation. I speak generally. Okay, but let's see the specific situation and speaking about the future. The first example is I will come if you invite me. Remember, we can have if in the middle of the sentence followed by the if clause. You invite, this is present simple, and here we have future simple because this is the first conditional. If present simple, future simple, the second rule, first conditional. Okay, and of course this sentence expresses a situation in the future. I will come if you invite me. Okay, and we can call it, we can also call it, or we can also describe it as being a specific situation. I'm not speaking generally about people, for example. Okay, now the second example is like that. If you don't water this plant in this room, for example, it will die. Of course, this is a specific situation. I'm not speaking about plants in general. Okay, that's why I use the first conditional. The second rule, the first conditional. If present simple, don't water, and future simple will die. Now we have finished explaining two rules of if, the zero conditional and the first conditional. Let's move to the third rule, which is the second conditional. If past simple, would infinitive, remember the song? If past simple would plus infinitive, when should we use this rule? We should use it when we speak about the present, like it's hot today. We can say, if it weren't hot today, I would, for example, go out. Okay? So we use it about when we speak about the present situation. I'm not speaking about the past, not the future, the present. For example, I live in Qatar. I would say, if I lived in Egypt, for example, I would meet my friends every day, my Egyptian friends every day. Okay? So let's see another use for the second conditional, which is advice. When you give advice to people or when you advise someone, you use the second conditional. And usually we start it like this. We usually start it like this. If I were you, I would so and so. If I were you, I would go to the doctor. If I were you, I would study hard. Remember that all the pronouns are followed by were, not was. Of course, we can say if I was, but it's correct, or it's better to say if I were you. Okay? And we also use the second conditional for impossible situations. Like, if I were a woman, I would be ugly. If I were a woman, this is impossible, of course. If I were shorter, this is impossible. And we use it for assumptions. What would you say if you met your friend abroad? I would, for example, I would buy a helicopter if I won $1 million. Okay. Now let's see the examples. If it were hot today, I would swim. If, past simple, would plus infinitive. And here this situation is in the present. And of course, it's impossible, because it's impossible for today to be hot. When I say if it were hot today, this means that it's not hot today. It's cold, so it's impossible to become or to be hot. Another example, I would study hard if I were you. This is advice, of course. And it's impossible, of course, because I cannot be you. Here we have if in the middle of the sentence. Then the if clause is in the past simple, and the main clause includes would plus infinitive. The last example here is, what would you do if you won $1 million? This is assumption. Okay. What would you do if you won? Again, we have if in the middle, followed by the if clause, past simple. Then here we have would plus infinitive. Would do. Now let's move to the last rule, which is the third conditional. If past perfect, would plus have plus past participle. Remember, I told you that the past perfect consists of had plus past participle, like had come, had eaten, and so on. And the main clause consists of or includes would plus have plus past participle. We use this rule for past situations and regret. Okay, you regret when you do something wrong, you regret. Okay, let's see the example. If I had worked, this is past perfect. If I had worked hard last year, I would have succeeded. Would plus have plus past participle. If past perfect, would plus have plus past participle. And of course, I speak about the past. This is a past situation, and it expresses regret, of course. Okay? Now let's move to the interesting part, which is exercises. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb. So you will correct this verb and use it here. Okay? If I had known, comma, I do things differently. Now, how you will answer a question like that? You think of the rule. First of all, set the rule or state the rule. Which rule is used in this sentence? Which type of if? Is it zero conditional first, second, or third conditional? You would know it from this part, had known. The if clause, in the if clause we have past perfect. If past perfect, would plus have plus past participle. The main clause should include would plus have plus past participle. So do becomes would have done. And forgive me for not writing, because if I write with my finger, the handwriting will be very bad. Okay, now the second one. If I could be any animal, this is if past simple. Then This is the second conditional. In the main clause, we should use would plus infinitive. So be becomes would be. I would be a giraffe. So the sentence after correction will be, if I could be any animal, I would be a giraffe. Number 3, I space to the police, I go to the police if someone stole my car. Now here we have if here and followed by the past simple. Then this is the second conditional too. If past simple, here we should use would plus infinitive. So go becomes would go. I would go to the police if someone stole my car. Number 4, if he is, if present simple. Here you have to stop and think, because there are two rules or two types of if in which the if clause is in the present simple. The zero conditional, if present simple, and the first conditional, if present simple, future simple. Now, how should you know that this sentence is in the first conditional or second conditional? Zero conditional or first conditional? Let's understand it first. If he is on time, I eat my hat. Is this a general situation or a specific situation? Is it a fact or is it a specific situation? Of course, it is a specific situation. It's not a general situation. I speak about some specific situation. If he is on time, because I'm sure that he is not on time or he will not come on time. So if I say, if he is on time, I will eat my hat. And it's funny. Well, so here we use the first conditional because I'm speaking about specific situation. So the uses of the different types of if help you to state the type. If he is on time, I will eat my hat. Number 5, if I space the promotion, I'll have a celebration dinner. If I get the promotion. Okay, now in the main clause we have future simple, will plus infinitive. Then in the if clause it should be, yes, first conditional, if present simple. If I get, of course I add nothing to it because it's after I. If it were if he, so we would say if he gets, but if I get. I have some other exercises for you. Number 6, what would you do if you space €1,000,000? Now I want you to try it. What would you do? I'll make it easy for you. Would do. If is here in the middle. Think of the if clause and the main clause. Which type? Very good. It's the second conditional. If, what is here? Past simple. Very good. And here, would plus infinitive. So put this verb win in the past simple. What would you do if you, what's the past of win? Won. If you won €1,000,000. Okay? Number 7, think of the type. Which type? If you don't clean your room right now, I ground. Number 8, if I have some free time. Oh, I love these sentences because they make you think. If I have, if, the if clause, we have present simple. Then again, I should think of two types, zero conditional and first conditional. If I have some free time tonight, I go for a walk. Specific or general situation? Specific situation, of course. So will it be zero conditional or first conditional? Yes, first conditional. Of course, you memorize the song. it makes things easier for you. Present simple, this is zero conditional. Present simple, future simple, this is first conditional. And of course, if I have, this is if present simple, the first conditional, future simple, will plus infinitive, will go. If I have some free time tonight, I will go for a walk. Number 9. If I had missed, yes. If I had missed, this is if past perfect. Of course, it's the last time. Third conditional. If past perfect, then here we should have would plus have plus past participle. Okay, but here the verb is negated with not. So it becomes would not have plus past participle. If I had missed my bus this morning, I would not have met. Would plus have plus past participle. Would not have met, because it's meet, met. I wouldn't have met that nice guy because it seems that she met him on the bus. If she had missed the bus that morning, she wouldn't have met that nice guy. Okay, the last question. I space shopping tomorrow if I have time. Again, if here in the middle, it's followed by the if clause, if present simple. Then we think of two types, zero or first conditional, general situation, zero, or specific situation, first conditional. Yes, it's a specific situation. You should use the first conditional. So here we have if, present simple, the first conditional, future simple, will plus infinitive. So it becomes I will go shopping tomorrow if I have time, and I hope that you have understood this rule. Thank you and see you again in another video. Goodbye.